Hey everybody, I'm Directionally Challenged, and welcome to Topical Cruise. On this week's Topical Cruise, we'll be discussing how to deal with being directionally challenged. Now, I did get this comment a while ago, and I can't remember who posted this question, so I'm sorry for that. But essentially, I got asked how to deal with being directionally challenged, and it was sort of a joke, sort of a serious question. So I actually want to talk seriously about being directionally challenged. Forgive my eyes and my hair, I just got out of the shower. So, what does it mean to be directionally challenged? It means that you have a really bad sense of direction. Think of Zoro from One Piece, think of the main character from Noblesse, I believe? If my sources are correct. But think of someone that easily gets lost in a room. Like, think of someone who can get lost in a house that they're not familiar with, stuff like that. So, if you've seen me play video games, I'm sure you've seen me get lost in town, in any game town. And one of the reasons for that is my brain, the way it works. I think I might be slightly dyslexic. Sometimes, like, I spell poorly because I'll switch letters around and things like that. So I might be. I've never been diagnosed, and I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to say for a fact that I am. But one of the things that happens with me is I don't quite get, like, streets. I don't quite understand, like, when maps tell me to go a certain way, the way that towns and stuff are laid out, my brain's not really clicking with it. In One Piece, for example, when I was playing One Piece, I got lost following the mini-map because I flipped it in my head. I was supposed to go right, but I went left. I don't know why I did that. So, one of the things to help with this sort of deal is find your way of telling directions. Find what the best way of telling directions is for you. For me, it's to slow things down. If I am not rushing, which some video games will make you rush, but if I'm not rushing, I can slow down, I can take my time, and I'll be able to plan out my movements that way. Another thing is learn exactly your method of telling direction. For some people, they can do east, west, north, south, blah 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 blah. Done, simple, easy for them. For me, I am terrible at east, west, north, south. I don't know which way is north or south, and I know only that the sun sets in the west because of a Red Hot Chili Pepper song. The sun may rise in the east, at least it settles in a final location. That's how I know. I know, it's sad. That's very sad. But for me, it's buildings. It's landmarks. Like, if I'm going to go to a friend's house, I'll remember buildings. I'll remember what a building looks like. I won't remember the number of the building. I'll remember the building itself, and that'll stick in my head. And I also remember people really well. I don't remember names. I am terrible with names. But faces, I'm really good at remembering a face. In fact, I remember most people I've worked with by their face. Like, I'll recognize, I know that person, I know their personality, I know, some stuff about them, but I cannot remember their name. But I know their face, and I know that's them. So that's how I do it. I deal with, like, games that have really crappy maps where it's just squares. Like, the map is just a square. I can't tell where the hell I'm going. Everything looks the same. So when everything looks the same, I get lost super easy. But some people, that's easy for them. They're like, oh, everything looks the same, but this square is like this shape, and that means I can go here because this. That's not me. I'm terrible with that. I need to see the building itself, and once I see the building, I'll be like, oh, that's that building, I can go blah, 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 blah. And so those are my methods. Those are what I do. I slow down, I use markers, I use landmarks, to try and figure out my locations in games and stuff like that, but it works in real life as well. Slowing down also works in real life. If you're really bad at directions, like if you're really bad directionally challenged, if you're like me bad, a GPS is perfect. I've got a GPS app on my phone. I've got, a few years ago I bought my dad a Garmin. You know, GPS is the way to go if you can't tell directions. Oh, it's amazing. But it doesn't work everywhere. It's not good if you're in the woods or stuff like that. So, if you do go camping and you get lost easily, you're like me. One, I don't go camping because of that. But two, it really seriously helps to learn markers. To find out how your brain functions, how your brain maps out an area. I map it out through markers. What do you map it out through? How do you map out an area? What do you do to discern where you are? Once you figure that out and stop trying to do it like the way everyone else does it, the way that everyone else tries to move their way around, you'll learn how you do it, how you manage it, and you'll be able to get around a lot easier. I still get lost in video games because I don't think. Also, because it's more funny for me to just let myself get lost rather than try and not get lost. Of course, most of the time I'm not trying. Most of the time I just get lost. I wish it was an act. God, I wish it was an act. Oh, so badly. That's why I love fast travel. Fast travel's great. Fast travel's the greatest invention in any video game ever. Oh, you've already been to this town? You can just travel here anytime. That's why I love Dragon Quest as well. The freaking Chimera wings just take me back. Just take me back to where I need to go. I'm never gonna make it. But yeah, I don't know if you guys want any more advice on how to deal with it. If you have specific questions, because it's hard for me to talk without a specific question in mind, or a specific set of questions. Like, what does it mean? What do you mean you need help with being directionally challenged? What things do you need help with? So, if you have this problem and you would like answers, or if you have any other questions you would like me to answer, please leave a comment down below and I will do my best. I can help out with a lot of things. If you're stressed or you have anxiety or depression, I have a lot of tips and tricks on how to cope with it. I'm not a professional psychologist. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can only tell you from personal experience what has worked for me. Keep in mind, not everything that works for me is going to work for you. Not everything that works for you is going to work with your friend, and vice versa, and all the way down. Everyone is an individual. Everyone is different. We all have different needs, and we all think differently. Our brains map out things differently. The reality is crazy. You know, the way I experience things might not necessarily be the way you experience things. Who knows? There's the whole theory that we might not even see the same shades of colors. It's insane. We'll never know. But if you have any help, or if you need any help, or you got any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other subjects you'd like for me to talk about on this lovely topical cruise, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you later, navigators. Bye! Hey, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, tell me in a comment down below. If you have any ideas for games you'd like to see me play on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. And subscribe to become a navigator so I can finally know where the hell I'm going.